This is why I'm hot, hoes praying at a flop. I'ma keep it simple, you just don't go what I got. The price be going up like every day, and it's a lot.
Today we're talking D'Angelo and Angie.
I'm really that
talking about the age gap, talking about how Angie Stone out here saying she can't tell somebody's age. We're going to be talking about that, guys. So today we're talking about, be careful about who you have around your son, yeah? Don't be trusting your friends around your son just because they're female. We talk so much about male predators, but we don't talk so much about women predators. We always talk about men, but there is women out here, and be careful which friends you let be around your son, because some women out here, they'll be out here saying that, they can't tell a guy's age. They'll be like a big ass woman that see a skinny little boy, young guy, and they say they don't know his age. Now, I don't think it's too hard to tell the difference between a young guy and an older guy. And you got to be careful what friends you have around your teenagers, especially because nowadays there is a lot of women who are out here trying to catch a man, any man they can get, and they don't care what age he is. Now, Angie Stone, she was 30 years old when she got with D'Angelo. Now, let's watch a little bit of this clip and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Cooper, who was signing us both as songwriters. When I was in the studio with Vertical Hole at the time, when D'Angelo came into the studio. But I have you to know that, and I'm going to have everybody know because I want to set the record straight, he pursued me. I did not pursue him. I thought he was older than what he was because he had an old soul. And anybody that's hanging around him long enough will attest to that is the truth.
He had an old soul. Okay. I ain't ever looked at a man's soul to determine his age, yeah? I didn't know what age he is. He had an old soul. Come on, Angie Stone, get out of here. He had an old soul. You seen him, he was young, he was good looking. You didn't care about his age. He hollered at you, and you most definitely said yes. You didn't think nothing about he had an old soul. Come on. Had a man that was 75 came to her with a young soul, would she have mistakenly thought he was young? This is what I'm talking about. These women just be capping all day. Come on. Had he been an old guy, he'd come along. He had been 55. He had a young soul. He had been acting like he was 17. She would have been like, oh my God, I thought he was 17. That bro had a young soul. Now, I've seen some people out here trying to say the industry didn't like these two together because Angie Stone was a dark-skinned woman. Now, I want to say this. No. Okay, yes, there's colorism in the music industry. There's colorism everywhere. I would never say there isn't. Of course there is. But this is not a colorism issue. This is an age-appropriate issue, yeah? Angie Stone was a big grown-ass woman and D'Angelo was not. I think people need to start thinking about, age appropriateness. Also, a lot of people are taking advantage of the age of consent. So a lot of people feel like if the age of consent, well, in the UK, the age of consent is 16. I know in other countries it's older, some countries younger. But in the UK, the age of consent is 16. Now, some people are forgetting that the age of consent, to me, is completely different to appropriate age, right? So if you're 16 years old, and you were dating a guy that's in your age range, he's young, he's a teen as well, and you two are sleeping together, you're both teenagers and you're old enough to make that decision. But I think some people are taking advantage of these laws and forgetting that they're still age appropriate, yeah? Now, if somebody is a teenager, they're 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, and you are an older person, you do not need to be sleeping with that person because you can legally sleep with them because it's not appropriate. They're not age appropriate for you. And I think Angie Stone just coming along and saying he had an old soul is the most pathetic, ridiculous excuse. She should have just told the truth, which the reality is that she didn't care about his age. She knew he was young. He looked young and she didn't care. And this is why you got to be careful which friends you have around your teenagers nowadays, because I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of women out there nowadays who are dating teenage guys, and I feel like women and a lot of people, they don't have their guard up when it comes to other women. If you send your child to another woman's house with her teenage son, you may not have your eyes on the ball because you feel like at the end of the day, she's a woman. And I think we need to get past this point where we think women are going to say no to certain guys because they're too young, because this isn't the era we're living in. In 2023, there's a lot of women who are also doing these things, not just guys. Now, did D'Angelo see advantages of being with Angie Stone, like maybe like career advancement and things like that. Very possible. In the music industry, we know about how they be moving. We know how they be out here, you know, offering people, you know, advances in their music career if they get in the sack with them. Like, we know how they be blackmailing people. They know how they be manipulating people that want to be big in the art, in the entertainment industry. And if they're up there and they can offer you an opportunity, we know how, you know, the way this music industry is going is, you know, there's a lot of casting couch style behavior. Like, we know, you know, you can easily groom someone because you can groom them by, you know, telling them you can advance their dreams. And because the industry is so tough, you know, the industry is tough. We all know this. It's not easy to get in the industry. And, you know, a lot of people, they get lost in their dreams of trying to make it. And, you know, they're taken advantage of. And D'Angelo probably has been taken advantage of. Let's be real. Let's be honest about this. You know, there's a good chance D'Angelo was taken advantage of. Yes, D'Angelo has child with her. He has children with her. But at the end of the day, by now, he probably knows that relationship was inappropriate. You know, like a lot of people, they have relationships with people when they're young. And when they become older, they know the relationship was wrong, but obviously they got in too deep. They had kids with the person, they married the person, they set up a life with the person. But that doesn't mean the person was right or the relationship started on the right note. You know, the music industry is just so, like, toxic. It's crazy. It's so bad. And, you know, if you're somebody who's got talent, like you can sing, you've got it all going on, the music industry is something else. Like, you can enter it just, you know, wanting to show your talent to the world, you know, sing, do what you're great at. You know, you love to sing, you're good at singing. Of course, you should get the recognition, you should get the money, you should get the career. But this industry comes with so much hassle, from drugs to, you know, to molestation, to rape, to just grooming, to your money being stolen. This industry is so bad, and it definitely needs to be monitored more because it's so unfair that you can't enter the industry without somebody taking advantage of you. Sometimes I feel like we hold too many women on a pedestal. Like, we forget that there is women out here who, you know, are predatory as well. There are women out here that you cannot trust. Just as you may not trust your friend around your man, you need to bring that same energy. If you have a teenager or a child, you need to have that same energy. Just as if you met a man and you brought him into your house, you would be watching him, you'd be checking he's not doing anything inappropriate, you know, you wouldn't take the risk. It's the same thing when you bring these ladies into your house, yeah? Don't be thinking, oh yeah, homegirl's my best friend, I don't have to keep no eyes on her, she's definitely got her morals in check. No, you have to watch everybody with the side eye, give everybody the side eye. You can't trust anybody 100%. Don't just think because she's a female, yeah, she's definitely got her morals in the right place. When you bring your friend around your man, yeah, as much as you love your friend and you don't believe your friend would do anything with your man, you still keep your eye on your friend. You keep one eye open just in case. You keep your eye on your man just in case he's moving shady behind your back and he's doing something he shouldn't be doing. This is the same energy you need to bring when your friends come around your child, especially if you have a teenager. Like, you need to keep your eyes open because there is female predators out there. There is women out here who don't care about your friendship. They would happily say, yeah, we were friends, yeah, but right now I want your son and I don't care, you know, I don't care about our friendship anymore, accept it, all the friendship's done. Some of these women are not your friends like you think. Some of them prefer to have a young man than be friends with you, and that's why you need to keep your eyes open at all times. The woman above, yeah, she is 39 years old and she has got engaged to her child's best friend who is 18 years old. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you let your child go down to her house, like he's 16 or whatever, you let him go down her house to hang out with his friend, you think this mum's here, you know, baking, giving them some dinner, doing the mum thing. But no, this woman is out here and she wants to be sexing and dating, you know, your teenager. And that's why you've got to be careful about whose house you let your child go to, because you don't know what type of parents these people have, yeah? She's been trying to go cougar town on your child, and, you know, that's why you've got to be careful about who you have around your child. And as I said, you know, don't just be thinking it's all good because it's a woman. Probably thinking, how the hell am I going to protect my child from this cougar crazy, thirsty, young guy Angie Stone style vultures. How are you going to do this? Now, I think the first thing to do is, don't tell too much of your child's business, yeah? Don't give them a pattern of where they can see him when you ain't around. Like, don't give them that information. There's one woman I was reading about. She let this woman be in her house. She introduced him to her son when he was like 12. Then, you know, as he become older, she let the woman come and stay at her house in the summer. He got to like, you know, that university age. It wasn't too long before this woman was sleeping with her son in her house. But what she did do is share information with this woman about her son having a breakup and personal information with him. And this woman took full advantage. So be careful what you tell these women about your child, yeah? Keep an eye on them. If you find they're always, you know, checking out the young guys everywhere you go, they've got form for always dating really, really young guys who are too young for them, you may want to give them the side eye. You may want to lock them off. You may want to only see them in public places. You may not want to bring them into your zone. And make sure you talk to your child about, you know, age-appropriate relationships. Make sure you talk to them about the damage it can do to them if they get into a relationship with somebody that is too old for them. You know, talk to them about these things. Talk to them about things like contraception as well, because some of these cougar style first trap eager women trying to get their hands onto the young guys are out here trying to get pregnant so that the guy's stuck with them forever. And make sure, you know, you keeping your eye on the ball. And as I said, give them the same eye you would give a woman who comes around your man. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys on another one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.
Be the fam, that's what they call me. I promise that you never be